It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. I feel good. Working hard each and every day. And I can't wait for 2026.
Yeah, like Floyd career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so.
Floyd Mayweather hinted at a possible 2026 comeback, mentioning Terence Crawford as a potential opponent. In response, Coach Bernie commented that if both fighters were in their prime, he would favor Mayweather. He argued that Mayweather's defensive skill, body work, sharp counterpunching, and ability to avoid punches would mentally wear down Crawford. According to Bernie, Mayweather would likely take full control of the fight by the middle rounds.
Just hypothetically speaking, just looking at, two fighters, you got Floyd and you got Crawford in their prime. Who you picking?
Can we all give an opinion on that?
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, I got an opinion on that too.
Coach Bell, what you think?
I'm listening to you, Rep.
Floyd versus a prime Mayweather. We can go Pretty Boy. We can go Money May versus Terence Crawford in his prime. Who we got?
I think Money May would have shut Crawford down. He would have bored him to sleep like he do these fighters.
Yeah.
He would have jabbed him, hooked him, just stick him in the body. You know what I'm saying? And then when the fighter swing back, Floyd nowhere to be found. So mentally, that drained him.
Yeah.
And about the 6th or 7th round, that's when you start picking up, putting the combination together.
Floyd Mayweather has revealed that negotiations are underway for a possible return to the ring in 2026, with Terence Crawford being discussed as a potential opponent. He has also stated that he is open and willing to make a comeback.
Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. I feel good. Working hard each and every day. And I can't wait for 20.
Terence Crawford also reflected on Floyd Mayweather's career, saying that Floyd's accomplishments were shaped by the era he came up in, an era that gave him the chance to face and defeat numerous champions. Crawford noted that Mayweather not only beat more champions than anyone else, but also earned more money than any fighter of his time, which helped cement his legacy.
Like Floyd career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so great, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
In addition, Alexander Usyk stated that Terence Crawford is currently the best boxer in the world. He acknowledged that Crawford holds the top spot in the sport, ranking even above himself.
Best boxer, in your opinion, right now?
European?
No, the world. Best fighter
World.
in the world, yeah.
I think it's Terence Crawford.
Many believe it's you. Many believe you're the best fighter.
No, I'm not the best fighter of the world. It's Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford, number one, yeah?
Yeah.
Terence Crawford did not hold back when discussing the ongoing debate about how his prime compares to Mayweather's. He confidently stated that he would beat Floyd at his very best, speaking with certainty rather than hesitation. Crawford acknowledged Mayweather's mastery of defense and ring intelligence, but maintained that his own skill set is superior, highlighted his sharp reflexes, his ability to switch stances effortlessly, and his knack for breaking down opponents as a fight progresses, all qualities he believes would give him the edge over Floyd. Crawford's comments showed that he is not intimidated by the aura surrounding Mayweather's legacy. Instead, he believes that his own peak form would surpass even the best version of Floyd.
I think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? That's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
Timothy Bradley strongly agreed with this view, stating that Crawford would have beaten Mayweather if they had met during their primes. He explained his reasoning by highlighting Crawford's versatility, the wide range of tools he brings to a fight, his ability to switch seamlessly between orthodox and southpaw, and his deadly precision. Bradley pointed out that Mayweather has historically had more difficulty with sharp counterpunchers, referencing past fights where Floyd had to adjust to fast, reactive opponents or skilled southpaws. In his view, Crawford's adaptability would keep Mayweather fully engaged and under pressure all night. Beyond counterpunching, Bradley argued that Crawford's aggression, size, and stance-switching ability would present challenges even for a prime Mayweather.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand, the way he reaches with that.
Shane Mosley, who actually fought Floyd Mayweather, added another compelling argument in Crawford's favor. Mosley stated plainly that Crawford is the more skilled and naturally gifted fighter, not just in a hypothetical matchup with Floyd, but overall in terms of raw ability, pointed to Crawford's size as a major advantage, noting that Crawford has the kind of power and physical strength that Mayweather did not possess at the higher weight classes. Mosley also praised Crawford's adaptability, explaining that he can fight effectively from the outside, mix it up on the inside, apply pressure, or sit back and counter, making him one of the most complete fighters in the sport today. According to Mosley, the combination of Crawford's power, versatility, and all-around skill would make it extremely difficult, even for a prime Mayweather, to handle him at his peak.
Better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle and trainer, offered a more nuanced perspective on the debate. He reflected on Floyd's iconic fight against a young Canelo Alvarez, acknowledging that while Floyd won convincingly on the scorecards, the bout mainly showcased Canelo's early potential rather than complete dominance. Jeff explained that Canelo was still developing as a fighter, whereas Floyd was already at the peak of his experience and ring IQ. He emphasized that the fight highlighted not only Floyd's skills but also the importance of timing in boxing, as Floyd was able to seize the opportunity to face Canelo before the young fighter reached his prime.
Also, if we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. Yeah, nobody had it. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23? 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young.
Jeff Mayweather also pointed out that a fighter's prime usually occurs in their 20s, when physical strength, reflexes, and speed are at their peak. He noted that Floyd's victory over Canelo came at the age of 36, well past the age when most fighters reach their top performance. According to Jeff, the fight highlighted not Floyd's physical dominance, but his intelligence, experience, and timing in the ring. This, he argued, makes any discussion of prime versus prime more complicated, as it depends not only on defining when a fighter's true prime occurs, but also on how age and timing influence the outcome of matchups.
Yeah, very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost. Yeah, but man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
But his career. But you at the top of your career in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Don't you want to
make himself look like he did something great?
Trainer Bradman Edwards offered a nuanced perspective, suggesting that a fight between Mayweather and Crawford would have been extremely close, with both fighters having legitimate paths to victory. However, he emphasized the importance of focusing on the present, urging fans to let Crawford enjoy his achievements rather than constantly comparing him to past legends. Edwards also criticized how some fighters, including Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr., sometimes behave publicly, arguing that they set a poor example by competing with or criticizing the next generation instead of supporting them. He believes boxing should celebrate its current champions while respecting its history, rather than creating unnecessary divisions between eras.
Oh no, it's a close fight. You know, it's things Floyd do better, it's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, because I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, like, and make up something just to. I got my opinion on, you know, how the fights will go, and, you know, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy. They two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And, you know, unfortunately, they didn't fight. You know, they could have made, they kind of two different eras, though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live with it. You know what I mean?
Finally, the analyst made a bold statement, suggesting that Crawford could be considered the superior fighter when taking career decisions into account. He highlighted Crawford's choice to face a dangerous top-tier super middleweight and move up 3 weight classes, something Mayweather likely would not have attempted. This decision, he argued, showcased Crawford's fearlessness, his drive to challenge himself against the best, and his willingness to step outside his comfort zone. According to him, Crawford's tendency to take risks makes him a more daring, and potentially even greater, fighter when evaluating legacy through ambition. While Mayweather built his career with precision and brilliance, Crawford's bold choices set him apart in terms of challenge and courage.
Is Terence Bud Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather? Or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit. Never being at middleweight, first fight at middleweight, being against Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Terence Bud Crawford, never been on middleweight. The most he's been is super welterweight, and he was only there once. And he's fighting at 168 against one of the greatest super middleweights of all time, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters of all time, reigning undisputed champion at super middleweight. That is unheard of, and that's something that Floyd Mayweather wouldn't even.
Max Kellerman highlighted that Floyd Mayweather's resume is one of the most impressive in boxing history, featuring victories over numerous champions and notable fighters across multiple weight classes. However, he also emphasized that Terence Crawford stands out for his willingness to face any opponent, a trait Mayweather often avoided by carefully selecting fights and relying on timing and strategy.
Because, like, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior welterweights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Oh, yes. That makes a difference.
Bob Arum, who has worked with both fighters, stated that he would choose Crawford in a prime versus prime matchup. He explained that Crawford's versatility and ability to switch stances give him a distinct advantage, allowing him to adjust to whatever Mayweather brings to the ring. Arum believes that Crawford's combination of ring intelligence and skill would likely secure him the victory.
Who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather, prime for prime?
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. And, I just think Crawford is a very, very unique.
Jim Lampley noted that a fight between Crawford and Mayweather would be fascinating because of the contrast in their styles. He described Mayweather's victories as precise and controlled performances, emphasizing technical mastery and defense. In contrast, Crawford's skill in breaking down opponents and often finishing fights decisively gives him a more commanding presence in the ring. Lampley explained that it is this stylistic contrast that would make a prime versus prime matchup so compelling.
That's a completely different fight, all right? Because Spence has been given to believe that he's every bit as good an offensive fighter as Terence Crawford or anybody else that he's going to be in with. So he learned something different Saturday night. But Floyd Mayweather never disabused himself of the understanding that he was a more of a backup counterpuncher than a go-forward counterpuncher, regardless of what he did to Diego Corrales. And that's a different kind of approach and effect than what Crawford achieved the other night. So that a Floyd Mayweather beatdown or one-sided win was much more of a paint job than what Crawford put.
Sean Porter described Terence Crawford as a chess master in the ring, emphasizing his strategic thinking, ability to mentally wear down opponents, and skill at making mid-fight adjustments. At the same time, Porter expressed great respect for Floyd Mayweather, calling him the definitive OG of boxing. He acknowledged that Mayweather set the standard for dominance, business acumen, and career longevity, securing a legacy that remains intact regardless of Crawford's accomplishments.
A lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who would win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd would win that
yes,
fight.
Yes, sir. I love you, Terence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's
a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ and that
the funny thing about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody got a pioneer, right? Yeah, you got it.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out.
That wraps up today's video. What are your thoughts on this topic? How do you feel about the comparison between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford? Share your opinions in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Be sure to check out our other videos, which you can find on the right-hand side of the screen.